closure. Who you think you are. You're lucky that I don't want revenge. So can I get some closure? Stay right where you are and don't come closer. If you haven't picked it up, it's over. You wanted her, so just give me what I deserve. So can I get some closure? Stay right where you are and don't come closer. If you haven't picked it up, it's over. Run back to her, 'cause I got what I want, closure. I might be broken down, but I'm smiling. I keep my head up high, though I fail. Sometimes I get a bit emotional, but then I turn around and let it go. I see you watching me from a distance. I see you can't decide what to feel. But if you dig a little deeper, boy, you know you really wanna get to know me. Let's get this out of the way. I can't wait another day to tell you you shouldn't wait. Don't be so afraid. Yeah, I'm a bit too much, but I'm fun and games. When I'm acting tough, I just wanna play. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Come and get it, 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 come and get it. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Jump on my roller coaster and hold tight. It won't be easy, but it'll be fun. Sometimes it goes the whole way up and down. I think you're ready now to leave the ground. Get in the fast lane, baby, you can make it. I promise I'll be there all the way. And if you get a little broken down, all that you gotta do is keep your head high. Let's get this out of the way. I can't wait another day to tell you you shouldn't wait. Don't be so afraid. Yeah, I'm a bit too much, but I'm fun and games. When I'm acting tough, I just wanna play. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Come and get it, 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 come and get it. If you are looking for one hell of a
Trying to get her on. That's a beautiful round to finish us off.
Is only too happy to apply. And the trailing edge layout. Here's Baker, blading one down the line. It's floaty and Wilson, I thought, made devilish low inside flick. And then continuation, the high release backhand.
And inside to O'Shea Fleming, 6 over the top. Proving he can go good on both sides, but Tybo can carry. Maybe a bit too ambitious, but pace to return on the Jets. Layout score, yes please.
Good morning and welcome to Ghent, Belgium. Regional qualifications in for the EUCF coming in September. The last place is available here. Our first stream in the women's division. We have POOK playing out of Paris Ultimate Club, in fact, the acronym, versus the Seagulls out of Germany. I'm Stefan Rapazzo here with Francis Dieterle. Francis, how we doing? Yeah, good. It's a slow start to the day. I just got here, but happy to be here. What about this one? How do you like the matchup? Certainly happy to have a color comms who knows one of these clubs so well. You're part of the POOK club, so you should have some handy information about these guys, these ladies.
I want POOK to I'm just going to abandon all sense of neutrality here and say that I want POOK to win this game. But they are rather young. This is going to be a tough game, honestly. I think Seagulls are very experienced. They've played in semifinals at the Elite Invite this year. They have a lot of really good players who've played for both U20, U24 German national teams and senior national teams this summer in Limerick. POOK are a mix of old and young. A lot of Masters level players, but also some younger players that they've pulled in from a couple of different clubs in France.
Yeah, it should be fun. POOK has done more of their continental qualifying in the mixed division over the years, but have definitely been there competing as a women's club. Seagulls, of course, went pretty deep in last year's EUCF, knocking out the fellow country women. Jinx in a big quarterfinal there from Caorle last year, so they'll be keen to get back into that one, see if they can do some damage. They've got a very big roster for the season, which is showing up in its entirety on our list today, Francis, but not their whole would-be EUCF roster here today, but a big chunk of it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how they play. They're really trying to highlight the entire team. They don't want to focus on one or two players, and I think they have the depth to do it. For Lillipuc, they're really trying to develop some of these players and to get them experience. Again, POOK is maybe a club that's valued consistency over long periods of time rather than individual events. There hasn't had any huge victories, even though they're the third team out of France. They won against Chak in their bronze medal game, only falling to Yaka in the semifinal.
We are only waiting on a game disc now, and it has just been distributed from our very own Milan van den Bovenkamp, or Good, depending on what account he's using, to the field. And it looks like we're just about ready to get underway here. And these qualifications, we'll tell you a bit more about it, how many qualify, how they got to do it. There's some twists and turns on the road, that's for sure. But for now, the Seagulls start with the disc, and we are underway. Oh, and that bounces, but Olivieri takes a nice one off the bounce with one hand there. Oh, Alice San Marco jumps in the lane. Wily veteran gets a D early in the game. Terrien moves up. Cheminot to Lavant. Lavant, nice leading throw. Terrien goes to center, but too low even for the bidding San Marco. Second chance to hold. Dump past Olivieri. Schutz. Now you'll hear that name a few times, and it's not the same person. That's one of the Schutz siblings. Magdalena Schutz was led that time, but led just a little bit too far, and it gets away. Couple turns to start this. Regional jitters.
I think that Seagulls have just not found their legs yet.
So here we go. San Marco stretches it, but the field didn't like that much width, and Geiger ends up knocking it away to ensure it's out of bounds.
Count that one for D for Geiger. Yep, so far POOK have not really displayed the type of offense that they want to play. They're clearly trying to find some chemistry between them. There's a decent amount of the pickups that we talked about on this line.
Milan currently getting excited for the Be Real notifications, so you can check those out and see what we're doing live. Be real yourself. Look at us promoting the social networks of the world. Oh, that one floats up and picked off out of the air. San Marco, and then given right back. A marathon first point here already. Seagulls. Raffenberg throws to center. That shoots again. She shoots. bumped into their Vuong. Bounces off of Hofnagels. And they're going to have a word about that. Any first impression of how you feel about that one?
I think that's a pretty legitimate foul call right there.
I mean, I think the foul was there. I do think the throw was maybe led too far and too high as well. There's some, but she was fouled. To say like you would never have had a chance, it wasn't that high. Oh, I think if she didn't get it right away there, if she didn't go up for it, I don't know if she was going to get there. But that would be a tough story to convince somebody who's running at full speed and backing their own athleticism.
I agree. I think that no matter what, Seagulls have not really been throwing the proper throws to give their receivers chances, no matter what. That's the second or third throw that's been picked off or not to the right space. That and Lillipuc have been pretty close on all of the receivers.
Big first point. Shoots. Back in her hand. That one is a nicer release. She goes to the elder Shoots. That was Magdalena to Lisa before the turnover. Now Vuong takes the under to Fiancet. Nice centering throw. Terrien. And the defense there by Shoots. We saw a whole bunch of that at under 24s out of her, and a whole lot of Magdalena shoots at the under 20s just a few weeks ago in Padova. But here now in the club season, Seagulls trying to get back to that end zone, or get not back for the first visit this season. Shoots up and over to sister Lisa Shoots. Continuation, Raffenberger. Centers. Shoots, goes wide. Nice throw there around the D. And now for goal. That one is in. Long point. Schoschner with the goal. A bit of a marathon there. Handful of potentially 6 turnovers there. I think that's what it was.
That sounds right. I believe 3 from each side. Seagulls finally found their legs. They got into a good rhythm here on this end zone offense. And even though they're not gaining a lot of meters on every single throw, they're eventually finding that open space. And that's what leads to that goal eventually.
Yeah. A pretty good defense at a POOK. Counterattacking, got a little excited a little early in their sequences. I'm trying to recall each of the turnovers, but a few of them were at least 2 were up the line throws that were just going too early, a little too ambitiously. But defensively speaking, good first point for POOK. Good resilience by Seagulls to find a way to get it back and eventually put it in. It is a hold and a 9-minute hold.
Certainly contrasts with the offensive efficiency that we saw in the previous game in Open.
Aude Herman of the EUF board doing it as a player as she's done for years, but not in front of Narjes. The long arm of the law gets in the way, and now Seavolt tries to swing it around, and it gets away. Volkenauer was the intended receiver. POOK counterattack. Can they break? Oh no. Can they hold? Odermont goes wide. Nice throw to Tonnerre. Tonnerre leads up the line. Throw to goal, and it does count. Miskovic with the goal, and POOK are on the board.
Daring throw by Odelmo. She threw a couple of those blades. I think that one was maybe the scariest one of all of them. Narjes almost getting her hand in there. Narjes, as I affectionately called her at Windmill, Megatron. Just an absolute dynamite receiver for that German national team, too.
Yeah, she is dynamite no matter where you put her. Megatron sounds a good enough name to me. She is everywhere. Do you remember the NFL receiver who had that name?
You put me on the spot.
I am.
And I can't
Detroit,
remember.
I'm an old NFL. I used to eat the stats up, but Calvin Johnson, and he, in the way he played, he just went up and took balls away, and to that end, that's what Narjes is doing. So, one apiece, a hold and a hold. The POOK hold, still dirty, but a lot cleaner, comparatively speaking. Oh, and San Marco thought she had a sniff of that, but it gets over top and gets into the hands of Franca Oliveri. Goes back to Schutz. There's the gainer, Raffenberg. Another up line. Hammer. Oliveri collects, centering Hammer. Love to see that. Now, Lisa Schutz, who is definitely not afraid to lay out that one. Oliveri to Schutz. Schutz leads up the line. Raffenberg makes a nice one-hand catch. Oh, and that one, a little bit too much heat on it and goes right through the hands of Brugner.
Oliveri, actually the captain of the Seagulls squad, and she played for POOK at Masters Worlds and mixed. So she's pretty aware of the way that a lot of these women play, including Saint-Marco, Audermont, and Elisa Tejeda, who's injured for this game.
But here. As well as Bruni is here, but she's not able to play, or just maybe not quite yet in the tournament.
She has an ankle injury, and so I think that she's just coming back. So I think she's saving herself for later for more important moments.
Okay, for games to go, and we'll talk about that qualifying nature as the wily veteran Donami Vuong gets under one. Ex-Revolutionnaire player who I had the pleasure of coaching. San Marco surveys, goes around, and that shot for goal counts. Who's there on the receiving end?
It looks like Fiancette to me.
It does look like Fiancette now that you mention it. So POOK with a break, taking it to it. So as I understand, 4 of these teams are going to qualify for EUCF. And when we get to the end of this whole thing, 1 and 2 are still going to play for a quasi-final, even though, and it will count for something, but once you qualify, pressure's off. They're in. They play a game. It will count for seeding when they go to EUCF. But, okay, championship here. Yeah, it's still nice to win a tournament. Of course, it's great to win a tournament, but that's not the main goal. Taking the 1 seed, good. The 3 seed's going to go as well, but then the 4 and 5 are going to play a game to go for a final bit of a pressure cooker, and no guaranteed in for the 4th place finisher. 5th place still has a sniff of it. We'll keep breaking that down for you as we go, and surely as we keep streaming both in the Open and the Women's Division, those games to go are going to be the ones we're going to count as championships in tournaments like this, and we're going to be bringing them to you for the live streams. Narjes goes low, and Masha makes a Masha-style play, and then right after it, a great run-through, Lustalot. Big D and POOK get another chance to break. Tonnerre. Goes wide, Lustalot. Back to Tonnerre. Kuzi has a tumble in the middle of the field, and then the backup catch there.
That is actually Tejeda.
Tejeda, she's recovered from injury in the last 5 minutes and is in. Miskovic. Shot for goal. That does count. No, not yet. Not yet. Don't celebrate. And now it's in. Now they can celebrate. Wheel with the assist eventually to Meva Kuzi for the goal.
Exciting point right there. And two of the pickups for POOK getting it done right there. We've got Dani Lustoro, also played with us last year at UCF for mixed. And
okay.
Miskovic throwing that big inside, who also played with us at UCF in mixed.
So is POOK sending a mixed team to EUCF, or is it now only women's for this year?
For this year, it's only women's.
And tell us about the politics of that. How did that happen?
The women did better than the mixed team, and the women got invited, and the mixed team didn't.
Okay. So there you go. There you have it. So the women this is a stacked POOK women's team, I guess, as strong as it's been in some time. How many years in a row has POOK kind of had the focus on putting their strongest team into mixed?
It's been quite a while. I don't actually remember if we've ever sent a women's team to regionals before. You
have. I remember 2018 was my first commentary gig in Europe, and Lillipuc was there in Bologna. They failed to qualify, but they were there doing their darndest to get in.
There you have the answer. You know the history of my club better than me.
Maybe not the whole history. That one goes to ground. And right now, Lillipuc is heating up San Marco to l'avant. Back to San Marco. She goes a little bit too wide there. Throw was just a bit off. Terrien couldn't change the route that much. Centering pass, Oliveri. Oh, and that one bounces away off the hands of Moons. And shot for goal. Claire Lavin running under. She's got it. Is she still in? She celebrates like she is. She definitely is. 2 breaks in a row for POOK. 4-1 on the board. Lillipuc en fait. But they are coming out hot after a long hold. It's been nothing but POOK.
Yeah, just some lackadaisical turns from Seagulls, and here we've got some good offensive flow on the POOK side.
Not a big surprise here. Timeout on the field by Seagulls, of course. They're gonna have to figure things out. What are they doing wrong? They're gonna find out in that circle and hope to bring something back. We'll take a break too and be right back after these words. We live in a world where everything can be referenced online. Imagine if the greatest moments in our sport were never filmed. Eurodisc continues to do what it takes to make free-to-watch live streams a reality. Let's leave nothing to the imagination. We'll consume the action live, and we'll support those that help to make it happen. If it wasn't streamed, it didn't happen. Eurodisc.
What a grab! Oh my! Somehow they do it!
Back on the field, the Seagulls take the timeout. Not what I expected. I don't know if it's what Francis expected, even with his bias, as much as he wanted. Was this the expectation for Seagulls to be coming out as flat and POOK to be coming out as hot as they are?
I thought that Seagulls could fly, and it turns out that they're just kind of waddling right now.
See if they take flight. Nadies goes to Seavolt. Nadies again. Seavolt and Nadies play a two-player game before, including a bit more of the team. Penak. Ooh, and a hand on that by Tejada. And Puka gave a straight back, knocked away. Making up for her own mistake, Penak gets it back. Velzel. Back to Nadies. Seavolt in the middle. This looks a bit better. Will that one go? No! Knocked away again. Inga Huil smacks that away. And POOK will get yet another chance to break.
POOK are just really applying good defensive pressure. And there's nothing too technical about it. It doesn't look like they've got a great vision. They're just keeping their heads up and moving their legs when they need to.
Oderman throws and a poach game. That should leave somebody open. And that somebody is Lustalo. Back to center, Hermont. Nice break throw on the inside. Oderman to Erling. Up line to Lustalo. Now the big one. Wheel, is she going to get there? It's double happiness if she does. She got the D at one end and the goal at the other. And POOK, even after the timeout, put the foot down.
Excellent D from Inga Wheel. And a good little follow-up right there. You can see that the mark rotates on Seagulls and it allows Erling to get this easy break throw off to Lustalod, who then puts a very nice huck into space for Wheel.
So POOK out in front. Every time we wonder how this could be happening with such great separation, they just separate even further. And I thought there was a fair bit of good work by the Seagulls that time. They moved it well through most of the field. One careless turnover, one over-ambitious for goal. But those, no matter how they come, over-ambitious, carelessness, mechanical error, they have got to find a way to prevent giving POOK, the Lillipuc, these break chances because they are taking advantage of them.
Agreed. Currently, Lillipuc are just capitalizing on, what you said, carelessness. There's Seagulls don't look like they are trying to hold on to the disc as much.
Shoots to shoot. Will this one count? Vong. Oh, what a catch by Magdalena Schutz. That's one way to stop the bleeding. I thought Vong recovered position pretty well there, but Schutz made a heck of a play, and they're back on the board finally.
The Schutz sisters or something. They are looking good. Currently, it looks like Seagulls might have to abandon their play with everyone strategy and move the disc around to get everybody to touch it. Sometimes when you're in dire straits, you just got to lean on your stars and you got to make sure that they can dig you out of the hole.
Yeah, just keep it in the family here. Shoots to shoots to shoots only. And we've got 3 shoots on the roster. No, 2 shoots on the roster. No, 3 shoots on this roster. But I believe there may only be 2 of the shoots here. As we mentioned, we have the whole roster for the EUCF for the whole season. So I think only 2 of the shoots female siblings are here. There's also a brother as well who was playing under 20s, who shone very much for the German side as well. They got 4 parts of a line, 4/7 of a line. They could almost play full fifth. They get their parents in.
And an uncle. Or
Yeah.
an aunt.
Yeah. Well, they probably need the uncle if they're going to go 4-3 or get even close to it. Odermont, nice cut-up line, but the throw unavailable. But the next throw is, and Hermont just overcooks it, but maybe a little bit of ease up on the gas there. Wasn't certain it was coming and slowed down a bit.
Narias with a bizarre turnover.
Yes, these are the ones that got to be put away if the Seagulls are going to dig themselves out of the ditch. The throws like that are just a bit too blasé, we'll say. Hermont, nice pivot for that wide around backhand. Odermont wants it again, and she gets it from Miskovic. Now the wide one, Lustolot can't get there, nor can the trailer, Vivas. So Masha, Seagold will pick up to Narias. And Seagold has to go to ground to pick that one up. Ooh, and into traffic, but a nice catch. Velzel. Back to Seagold. Narias. And Seagold. This is looking better until that high throw. And the bid, I thought there could have been a chance, but too far for Velzel.
I thought that Velzel could have gotten there, but it looked like she decided to give up on it. See a lot of this switching defense. Odermont is going to call a timeout. We'll take a timeout. See you after these messages.
And then the technicality was, hey, don't you have to pick the disc up? And she said, no, I stood over it and motioned the T. Timeout to timeout to timeout. POOK take this one. They're going to think about it, see if they can get another. No, this would not be a break. This would be a hold because Seagulls scored last. We'll take a break, too, and we'll be right back after these fine words.
Yes, he will.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch,
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
fund
our
our
work
work.
to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the ultimate world
And
and
beyond.
beyond.
Back from timeout. POOK had their chance to talk about finding another way to break after Seagulls stopped the bleeding after a big run of breaks by POOK, Lillipuc. So, Odermont throws. Lustalot can't hang on. Pressure on. No foul called. Narjes back to Seavold. Narjes. Paszkowska. Inside. Velzel. Paszkowska. And again, from Narjes is Paszkowska. Deep shot, looks good. 2 there, only needed 1. Velzel steals the goal away from Seavold. No, it's a travel. It's coming back.
Going 1 steal for another. POOK called a travel on that one. It's the right matchup, though. Marion Tonnerre versus either of those 2 giants in the back of the end zone is who you want to throw to.
Yeah, Tonnerre's got a lot of tools in her game, but beating people in the air, maybe not what she's going to do best. Seavold steps in front of the blinded defender there and in for a goal. 3-5 now, still in favor of Lillipuc.
And that one feels pretty silly when you're on the receiving end of one of those.
Mm.
You're not able to look up, and you chase the receiver, and then all of a sudden they catch it right underneath you.
Yeah, they hurt a little bit. That's when sometimes you start screaming at the sideline, where's my up call? And even though you may have got it, they sometimes don't even help. But yeah, that's why the old triangulate is the defensive advice for these situations, to kind of not face mark the disc, or not face mark the cutter, not just turn and watch the thrower only, but kind of put your back to the near sideline and be able to see both the cutter you're defending and the thrower as much as you can with your head on a swivel. All made to sound very easy, but of course we know well that's a very difficult thing to do. It's easy to just get your head turned and have a focus for 1 or 2 steps like that on the cutter.
Yeah. Good reaction from Seagulls to jump back under and catch the disc. I think that they should try a little bit of a zone, mix it up on defense. I know you're a fan of mixing it up. Gotta keep everything sort of moving on defense, and don't let the offense be comfortable with just one specific set.
Yeah, you know well. You remember commentating together, and of course all the watching of my tendencies, but I definitely do love to change it up and get some different looks. Would have been a nice time for it, but they've stuck with match D. Fiancette winds up deep for Cheminot. She's not able to get on the horse to catch up to that one. I like the throw, though.
I do too. I honestly thought that Cheminot, if she had seen that a little bit before, she would have been able to bid for it, but it came off a little too hot from the field sets.
Just a bit too much spin. Schutz comes under. Goes back to Magdalena Schutz. Bounces off the hands of Raffenberg, and POOK would pick up again. San Marco saunters and sets up her offensive attack. Vuong had cut early and was open, but the throw behind. Seagulls, will they go the other way? Not with that throw. A little bit too much mustard, not enough air.
POOK needs to calm this down if they want to maintain this lead. It's great to go up 5-1, but currently it's 5-3. You know, potential to get broken for a 5-4. So
yeah, the tides, they can turn very quickly, can't they? And with them, that confidence and momentum. Fiancette gets a nice grab to keep that one alive. Chevalier inside de l'avant. Lavin looks back to San Marco and somehow gets that around Schutz. Back to Lavin. Another leading throw, San Marco. Underneath, Cheminot for goal. Lavin makes the catch, but I think she's out of bounds. Couldn't keep that back foot dragging.
Not a lot of real estate to room on that throw. There was a lot of encroaching defenders there, too. Good of Lavin to make an effort for it. Maybe try for a greatest.
Seagulls going the other way. Ooh, Raffenberg had a little tiny bobble as she caught that. Lisa shoots the disc to the other end. And that looks just about perfect as far as hucking goes. Hofnagels didn't have to break stride at all to stay under that one.
She jogged onto that. That was just a perfect throw.
Yeah, she almost like reduced her stride into the jog from I'm running, I'm going fast. Oh, I don't even need to. That's perfect. She probably could have spun around and done a moonwalk.
Samalko trying to get there. Good job to not jump in and foul. Sometimes you get people who will be a little overzealous on the mark trying to catch up. That's just an excellent throw from Schutz. Well, we get some drama. 5-4. It's a nice score to come to. Previous game, we were quite back and forth as well, but only with a 1-point margin in the first half. So let's see if we can get a little bit more Lillipuc energy, or if Seagulls are going to be able to maintain this defensive pressure.
I'm always entertained watching, commentating Ultimate. I don't know what I like better, a game that just goes point for point back and forth, or a game of runs that ends up close in the end. I think the latter. I think I like when big leads get busted up. It causes more drama. Will that happen today? Well, it's seemingly happening. Seavold. Penac to Naries, who she wound up, and the defender ran through her throwing lane. Naries, nice left hand. Inside, defense came, but not quick enough. Paszkowska to Naries. Seavold gives and gets. Paszkowska back into the small space, and nice look by Seavold. And just like that, it's all tied up. 5 apiece. That 4-goal lead has evaporated.
It's a game of runs.
And this is the important part. If it's a game of runs, it's got to be pluralized. They got to be able to do it again, POOK.
Well, we got 2.
Yes, yes, it is true. We have had 2 runs from 2 different teams. Can they continue to run? Can it be a game of runs or a simple exchange of runs? And you know what? I don't mind a game that starts with runs or finishes with runs and has trading on either side either. Very interesting as well. That said, I would invert. If we end up trading till the end now, and I'm talking about an optimal situation, I would prefer trading, then a big run to get close to the finish line, and then the run to bring it back, and then you get a universe at the end.
That's pretty true. That's those big runs at the end, I think, are always the most exciting ones.
Yeah, 4 in a row to win, 3 in a row to win, 6 in a row to win. Clapham at Elite Invite last year, 12 in a row to win. That one was nuts. So, Seagulls bringing it back. A shout out in the chat, not just Schutz on the under-20 team, but Mons as well. Couple of youngins getting it done here for this German side for the Seagulls, as POOK need to do their ship steadying now. Fiancette over the shoulder from Terrien and into Erling. Fiancette, a gun of a player, Fiancette right now. She is taking it upon herself, but a stall out call to throw before Erling, and uncontested. She agrees with it. So that means it's going to be a turnover, and that is a reversal of fortunes.
POOK are looking quite good when they're dynamic, but when they get bogged down on those resets with the less experienced throwers, you can definitely tell that Seagulls are jumping and trying to close down the off-disc handler as much as possible.
Brugna. Can they take the lead? Great toe drag by Schutz. She goes wide side, has Oliveri in her target and hits. And that's a lead taker to put us back on serve since the very start of the game.
Almost a mirror image of the very first point from Odelmont, who threw the cross-field blade into that exact spot. Wow.
Yeah, these runs are coming. The bleed stoppage necessary now by Lillipuc. Until then, they will search for questions. It's crazy the momentum that comes and goes with these runs, the confidence that comes and goes. I think coachable. You want to say play emotionless, to play, do your job, and don't worry about the situation, the score. But you coach it so much because it's so inevitable to pop into your head. It is so that the doubt that comes when you're getting run upon, and the writhing confidence that you get when you are running upon. And you see right now, Seagulls are feeling it, while Lillipuc need to figure something out here.
I think that this is sort of uncharted territory for Lillipuc, since even despite the fact that they do a lot of mental workshops, they do a lot of mental training, a lot of sort of talking about the psychology of a match, the likelihood that they get in this sort of situation in French nationals is not very high. Normally, they're either leading a game or they're trailing, and so it's kind of hard to be up on a team that is quote-unquote better than them, that historically has stronger results, be up and maintain that.
Let's see if they can get back in this one. Odermont playing with Miskovic. Nice throw through the middle. Lustalo back to Miskovic. And we're seeing a zone for the first time out of Seagulls, or so I believe. I don't think I've seen it yet. Herman cuts through the middle, Lustalot.
Definitely haven't seen one since early in the game.
Been a little while at least. Miskovic back to Herman. There it is. Wheel with the goal, and they are back on the board. They do stop the bleeding. It's 6 apiece, and we are into a ball game here.
A flat ball game.
Of course. So, last time I said, oh, they got to figure it out here. They did kind of figure it out. If not for that stall out, I had just said, Fiancette putting it upon herself. They were, getting things done. But it is these game of inches, these games of millimeters sometimes. It depends what metric, if are we metric or imperial here. But they missed out the first time. This time they got it back. That was as good of an offensive possession as I've seen at a POOK, maybe all game long. Clean hold.
I agree, and I think that the zone helped them. I think that Seagulls, if I were coaching Seagulls, I don't know if I would have thrown the zone right there, simply because they were having a little more success with their match defense. But I do think that the zone sort of helped them slow things down, bring it back to the pace of offense that they want to play, and not have to sort of rush any of those shots or get into dire situations with the reset. Let's hope that we can bring a little run into half, though.
Run to half, or I don't mind trading to half and getting ourselves a Galaxy out of this. We've had one this morning. Will we get 2 in a row? Galaxy to Galaxy. Shoots with a disc. Zips one to Shoots. That's Lisa to Magdalena. Shoot, and that one bounces off the hand, and POOK will get a chance to break.
Seagulls returning to their early half form of dropping the disc.
Fiancet engages San Marco. High release that gets away. San Marco not afraid to bid, but way too much angle. And I think there was a finger part of that hand block on that one that wobbled it.
It was certainly a strange little high release to throw.
Raffenberg shoots. Goes to goal and just overweighted, I think, at the end zone there. Not sure what the defense was going to do. I think that one was on the receiving end. I thought the throw was good enough. Jana Mons couldn't quite adjust.
I agree. I think that Justine Melio might have forced a misread out of that. She was closing in, but Mons definitely had a look and could have put that in.
Yeah. Well assessed there. Forced a misread. Good way to put it. Fiancet. And running out of time. Tried to just huck for position, but the left hand of the law comes down by Shoots, and now a short field for Seagulls.
Felt that over here. That was a decisive hand block by Schutz.
Yeah, that was just a door slammer. Picked up on the doorstep, Brugna in the corner. Easy backhand break to Magdalena Schutz, and 7-6. Seagulls dictate on serve. We got a game.
I don't know what's Lillipuc could probably do to calm down their offense. I think that they're having some trouble getting free downfield, which is leading to some problems in the reset space. And a lot of times you'll say, oh, we have problems resetting the disc. Sometimes you really just want your cutters to start moving and being more decisive, though.
Hey, cutters, why don't you cut? A little bit like that.
And then handlers can handle.
Hey,
and then it'll work.
You do your job, we'll do ours. Remember we made a plan for all this?
Seagulls had a little bit of bracketing there that stifled the first play, but out of the horizontal, you're so spread out that you have a lot of room to be creative. I think that the POOK receivers just need to recognize who's poached and when they're able to get into the right spot to get thrown to. Fiancet has a range of throws that she's more than willing to throw.
Yeah, most certainly that one a little bit telegraphed as the shot clock, the stall count wound down. I think Schutz was aware of the bomb coming. Odermond. Vivas now to Will. Will centers Tonnerre. Who went too far for Vivas, and can they close out the half? If they can, it would be a heck of a reversal of fortunes. Narjes to Seavold, back to Narjes. Wind up, put away. Now given on the forehand. Did that bounce? Was that tipped and was that maxed in for a goal?
I think that the wind maxed that.
Air bounce. Unbelievable. That makes it 8. That should be halftime. Not sure that everyone's aware they're walking to their lines, but unless there are some regulations I'm unaware of, that should be halftime. And I think it is now. 8-7 or 8-6. So that from a 5-1 lead, simple math,
7-1 run.
7-1 run. So our run is better than your run, say the Seagulls. They take half. It's 8-6. We're going to take a short break here, too, and be back for the conclusion of this one.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ULTI.TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
We live in a world where everything can be referenced online. Imagine if the greatest moments in our sport were never filmed. Eurodisc continues to do what it takes to make free-to-watch live streams a reality. Let's leave nothing to the imagination. We'll consume the action live, and we'll support those that help to make it happen. If it wasn't streamed, it didn't happen. Eurodisc.
What a grab! Oh my! Somehow they do it! Come on, Brad!
We're back here. Got Lillipuc coming out on offense after a 7-1 Seagull run to close the half.
Well, they'll be happy they're on offense, that's for sure. That is the benefit of going playing D to start the game. Let's see, bring it back to within one, and we're back in a game here. Will. Tonnerre. Ooh, and a hand on that, but still maintained possession. Vivas goes big. Kusi there, and nice casual catch in the end. She waited and read it. I thought she was going to get sucked into a misread possibly there too, but maintained composure, and great catch for goal.
Kusi, part of the Frisbee's contingent that changed teams last year, along with Tonnerre and Inga Will.
It's funny how that happens sometimes with the clubs. When it rains, it pours. One player leaves, or there's a bit of a, hey, should we leave? What if we all leave together? Sometimes sucks for other clubs, but it's sometimes really great to kind of get these little cores moving over 3 players, 4 players, 2 players that, you know, obviously good enough players, but they also have a chemistry of their own that they bring. Boding well for Lillipuc.
I can tell you it's been a boon for POOK this past year, and they definitely have good communication and bring a lot to all the teams, mixed and women's.
Excellent stuff, and they're bringing a lot to this game now, bringing it back to within 1. You may see in the background now the host team warming up behind. They'll be next, back to the Open Division. And a exciting game to be had then too. Gentle versus Wall City coming up after this one. Olivieri goes all the way across to Raffenberg. Raffenberg, Olivieri. Back and forth. Pick up by Schutz. Ooh, interesting release, but San Marco, like a cat, hops out and steals that one. Fiancette. Terrien. Lavant. Terrien to Lavant again. And San Marco, the intent, but Lisa shoots the denial.
There's only so many miracles that Alice Marco can pull out in 1 point.
1 too little as far as POOK is concerned. 1 too few rather, but Oliveri knocks into the defense of Cheminot, and that counts as a foul. She'll get the disc back. Oliveri. Low throw, shoots, doesn't mind, but she makes the catch, but she has grasped her ankle and is in strife. An injury immediately called. And we are hoping for the best, but her reaction is not a great indication that she is going to be returning.
That would be a huge loss for Seagulls.
Hopefully it was a initial reaction that was based on shock, and that maybe she will be able to return, but she is being tended to, and we will keep you up to date on whatever we can for Shoot's situation, and more than anything, hope that she is feeling better and doing well. For now, Narjes enters the game. And as per having fun, she assumes the position and takes over. Narjes to Magdalena Schutz. Schutz inside, Brunga. Schutz. And she throws just a little too high. I do love her throwing technique, mechanics, Magdalena Schutz. She really gets low. It just kind of like the hand is in front of the body. It's unique. But
She's got good wrist control. She's got like a pretty strong forearm and wrist, I think, that allows her to do that.
Yeah. Ooh, oh, pick up. Nice one there by Chevalier. She gets down like it's disco time. Oh, and that one thrown to a pack, but not high. So San Marco able to come out with it, and Chevalier needs to put on the Jets again. Now goes deep, but the defender in front, that one not quite deep enough.
Not the kind of deep shot that Lillipuc are looking for. The ones that they've been doing well with are sort of fast into space, and that one floated too long. Seagulls are tall.
Yeah, they definitely have the height department in this matchup across the board. Shoots to Narjes. Narjes, Raffenberg. Narjes. Shoots. Hofnagels. Raffenberg to Narjes. Now some space. Oliveri, does she have something to throw to? She chooses Raffenberg, but it's too far in front. And POOK will get another chance.
I think that's the second or third that felt like the Seagulls player could have taken flight and could have gotten that disc. Looks like it's a turn. I don't know what's being discussed here, but yeah, Oliveri's throw was not perfect, but I definitely think that her receiver had a chance to lay out and make a play.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there. That was within bidding space. It always makes the thrower feel better when the receiver bids. Really let them know that it was the thrower's fault.
What?
Otherwise,
throwers don't make mistakes, Steph.
Otherwise, it's in question. So time will come into play for sure. 10 minutes remaining, just over. And we're not going to get to 15 in those 10 minutes unless there is a miraculous change of pace here. And Narjes steps in and smacks away and then goes deep. Shoots there, not quite in for goal. She pops one over the shoulder. Hofnagels. In for goal. That's Mons. Takes care of it. And Seagulls push ahead 9-7 with just under 10 minutes to play.
Lillipuc getting a little tired. Looks like a lot of the turns on that point, I think, were just caused by fatigue. Lillipuc not really able to set their feet on their throwing when they were throwing, and a lot of not so good choices into the center of the field. What do you got?
Yeah.
No, I just think that Lillipuc, they've been looking good when the disc is dynamic and when they're in movement. And I think that when they're a little bit slower, they get trapped on the sideline. Those throws that are high releases. There is kind of a funny wind happening here, but those high releases into the center of the field just have not been working out for them.
It's a funny wind, but it is mild at best. And you're right. I think that's it. They get to the sideline a few times and end up static rather than just bouncing off the ropes, so to speak, would maybe has been what's looked better for them. Like we said, I think that the best point I saw is when they played against a zone, but it's still that style of play that they need to play against a match D. And that one just jacked, but Wheel is alone under it. And the continuation by Kuzi counts for the goal. It's 8-9, back to within one. That's the second for Meva Kuzi. And they're keeping it close here as this clock keeps ticking. 8 minutes to play. 8-7, or 9-8 for the Seagulls.
Kind of a funny defense right here. Seagulls had a wall of defenders in front, and then when Ingawil curled off her cut, she just went deep and nobody followed her. So Miskovic just puts a big forehand. She has all the space in the world. A little scary on that dump right there, or on that dish to Couscous. Maiva Kusi, or Couscous as she's called.
Ah, Couscous. I love Couscous. The player and, of course, the dish.
They're both excellent.
Yes, both excellent. Shout-outs to both of them, the culinary world and the POOK player, Lillipuc. There's a timeout on the field. We're going to take a break, too, and we'll be back very soon.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ULTI.TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
We live in a world where everything can be referenced online. Imagine if the greatest moments in our sport were never filmed. Eurodisc continues to do what it takes to make free-to-watch live streams a reality. Let's leave nothing to the imagination. We'll consume the action live, and we'll support those that help to make it happen. If it wasn't streamed, it didn't happen. Eurodisc.
What a grab! Oh my, somehow they do it! Come on, Brad!
Nine-8, Seagulls with the lead. Check in with Schutz on the sideline there. She thinks she's going to be all right. May not play this one, but is ambitious to play the rest of the week. So not severe. Rest of the weekend. I said that one right into the goal, or right before goal. That's Hoofknuckles who dumps it back. And just outside, Paszkowska throws for goal. Magdalena shoots, makes it count. 10-8 is the count.
Good response from Seagulls right there. It's a good read on the deep throw. I thought that Dani Lustorod was going to get there, but The Seagulls receiver showing some experience and patience. Hoofnagels has been having a heck of a game here.
Yeah, blowing things up. So all turf facilities here in Ghent. I think there's one grass pitch, but we will be broadcasting to you from the turf here in Ghent all weekend long. And again, the qualifier, the regional qualifying tournament, just kicking off. 4 teams in the women's division will punch their tickets to the European Ultimate Championship Final, EUCF in Wrocław, Wrocław as it's read in Poland, as it's read by Anglophones who have never heard it spoken before. I should know better by this stage.
Oh, you did. You pre-corrected yourself.
Yes. Just helping everybody else who said, what's he talking about when he says that? Tonnerre with a drop, and Seawold gets it off the next throw. Narjes. We talked about letting the stars take over a bit. Narjes and Seawold in the second half of this game, Francis, they've been pretty crisp, haven't they?
They have indeed. Megatron has been on fire. Their counterpart has also.
Narjes goes for goal, but too wide. It'll sail away. And POOK get a chance back.
But Narjes has definitely led this D-line. Narjes and Seawold have both been leading this D-line with their play.
Big outside in. Does touch the line, so it's not a never in.
Well, it did touch the line, so I believe it goes in all the way up. Seagulls have decided to take
play on, and now this gets interesting. There
are about 5 things that happened after that disc was released, and there's a call on the throw.
And so, yes, you're right. Touching the line is never in. So that should theoretically go back. So to see where this one lands might be tricky to get another look, but no dispute. Seawold picks it up from the corner. Back to Narjes. Seawold again. The two of them, as they've done the whole second half, taking the yeoman's load of touches. Seawold looks to break. Herman on the mark. Oh, and high stall count gets the circus pass, and another stall out called. Seawold, no contest, and a turnover back to POOK this time. Herman likes the spirit, gets the handshake, and POOK will try to go the other way.
I'd like to see a little more dynamism from POOK's cutting core.
Tonnerre trying to put her dynamism on display. Gets the first opener. Herman, oh, I thought she was going for glory there, but gets Tejeda instead. There's the under, and the quick continuation was not available. Goes right back to Herman, does Vivas. Then for goal, Wheel is there. Wheel of Fortune, 10-9. POOK still got some work to do, but they're staying in it.
Elmo loves that outside in blading forehand. Sometimes she throws as an Oyo, the outside in, inside out. There, she just threw it straight into the center of the field.
Here's that look, Herman. She's a chucker. Yeah, she loves that throw, and she throws it well. So time cap has been reached. We will play this next point Then we will add 1. So if POOK could break here, we could have a universe point. If not, well, that means it'll be a game to 12 where POOK will be in a pretty deep hole. Time just expired.
So I'm not sure that the players in the field are aware of that, because currently we just see a normal POOK defensive line, and I think that I would have thrown out 1 or 2 more top-end players to try and force that universe.
Yeah, I think I would have done the same. But let's see if they can get it done without knowing. Sometimes it is very much easier to get it done when you don't know, but not this time. A quick goal, shoots, fires to Hoofknuckles, and it's another goal. That means it is a game to 12 with a handsome lead. 9-11, that's the emergency score.
There's a fire, and it is Lillipuc's house. They need to put it out. Too quick of a score, though. Seagulls are, again, they're here to qualify, but they're really trying to show their dominance. I think that POOK just kind of ceded far too much right there. It was an easy pass to the open side and then an easy isolation to the end zone.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So, Seagulls with a game point if they can generate a turn. POOK, Lillipuc will need 3 in a row. That's a hold and 2 breaks. They've done it before. It was a little while back now, but the potential exists. Miskovic, Hermont. Ooh, floaty. Vivas to Lustola. Inside to Vivas. Lustalot. Oh, and that one behind Hermont. This is game point if they can walk it in. Narjes to shoots. Oh, she goes up early, but does manage to come down with that spinning 360 bobble catch.
Hopefully it's the first and last time that I see one of those.
Schoschner to shoots, and now a turn, and POOK can go again here. Hermont to Tonnerre. Tonnerre wide, a bit too far for Hermont. Second chance to end it all. Masha, ooh, she was looking for the deep shot, but instead goes to shoots and puts on the Jets. Narjes is wide open. Now Masha too. That is a dangerous combination to have any space, and they get it again. A breakthrough to Narjes, back to Seavolt.
Seagulls are looking cluttered behind the disc. They got 4 people standing behind the disc, which is making it easy for Lillipuc to sag off of their off of the handlers.
Yeah, throwing lanes are all busted open. Seavolt with the disc. Should mean there's some isolation in the end zone, but if you can't throw to those ISOs, what good are they? Narjes leads to Schutz. Schutz puts the foot down, and that is a game. But there is some confusion. I know there is not. That is the game once again. Seagulls take the win, and Lillipuc, despite starting strong, let that one get away. But I think still a pretty good game as far as they're concerned. A lot of positives to take from that.
Definitely. I think that, especially for a team that is still getting to know each other with some of their pickups, they played an excellent game against a top-end team. I think that that's nothing to be ashamed of, and they should bring those good lessons into the next pool play games that they have.
We imagine they will. We're going to get out of here quick because these games are scheduled tight. We got a big one coming up next, Gentle Open versus Wall City. Make sure you're back for that one. Thanks for joining us. For Francis Dieterle, I've been Steph Rapazzo on ULTI.TV, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, Ultimate.
ULTI.TV.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, Ultimate.
ULTI.TV.